morning, plant friends. I think it's about 11 something here. We are back on the back patio garden, and you guys, I am going to be putting together my vegetable GreenStalk today because I'm actually doing some direct sowing today, as well as just going to be getting the dirt filled because I want to go ahead and get this bucket from back here because I don't want it to start attracting bugs and all that stuff for the bucket. But we're going to be doing some direct sowing today with some plants. And you guys, let me show you my carrots. Some of them, not all, have started to sprout, so let me show you the progress of the veggies back here in the back patio. So I'm going to show you guys that. And then the spinach, I think I already showed you guys my America spinach, or American. I call it America spinach because that's what it says on the pack. So it says America spinach. But let me show you guys. I think my fig tree is getting a little bug or something, I don't know. But let me show you guys my carrots that have started to sprout. I think it's the Kyotos that have started to sprout, as well as the cosmic purple. The solar yellow have not started yet, and I don't know if I don't think I plant. Oh, the solar yellow has not sprouted yet, and neither has the Lolo Rosso lettuce that hasn't sprouted yet either. So, and then I'm getting more bean shoots. I just noticed, like, I got like maybe 3 or 4 new bean shoots. So yes, let me show you guys the new sprouts. Okay, you guys, let's find. Okay, so here's the cosmic purple carrots right here, and you guys, I'm getting some little sprouts, if y'all can see. Hopefully y'all can see that. I'm gonna move it into the sun. Y'all see that? I'm getting some little sprouts for my cosmic purple carrots. So I'm just gonna cover these back up with the seed house from GreenStalk. And also I showed you guys the spinach, and here is the growth since yesterday. The spinach, I did water it just a little bit yesterday. It's actually not the season for spinach, so for it to be sprouting, that's really good. And then these are my Kyoto red carrots. These are a bit sweet in flavor, so you can actually use these as a dessert carrot, but I don't know if y'all can see that little growth here, but I am getting a sprout for the Kyoto carrots. And then there's nothing really happening. Oh yeah, it is actually, if y'all can see that. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it is a little bit of action happening here, just a little, for the Lolo. And of course, this plant is doing wonderful in here. This is the green tea plant. And then I don't think I'm getting any growth yet for the solar yellow, but we will double check just to see if we're getting anything in there. Doesn't look like it, so yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting anything for the solar yellows yet, but for the most part, everything else is sprouting quite nicely. I don't want to put the carrots in the sun like that because they do need to be shaded a bit, so I'm just gonna put them over to the side. But y'all, my strawberries, I don't think got pollinated because they're black on the inside and they're not really sprouting any berries, so I don't think that they were properly pollinated. And then this little berry here is looking a little weird, but it's okay. But this is what I was talking about, you guys. Like, from this, like, look at the seeds. Look, the seeds are red. So I'm just like, is this what happens to strawberries? Like, do the seeds turn red? Because this is supposed to be my Tristan everbearing here, but then this is the Gasana, and I don't see any, let's see, I don't see any red seeds on the Gasana unless they were red and I just didn't pay attention to it. Focus. There you go. I just didn't pay attention to it, but I don't see any red seeds on that. So I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be that way. I don't know. But anyways, you guys, let me show you my beans. Like, the bean, this one is doing pretty good. I'm getting a new one here, if you can see. And then I'm getting a new one there, and then like all the rest of these little sprouts. So I'm just kind of look through and I see new sprouts coming through. I don't see any, I just see these spots. Like, y'all, what are these spots? Like, does anybody know what these spots means? Does it mean I'm doing too much watering? like what are these spots on here for these leaves. And then I'm getting some more little buds and things. So it's doing pretty good. It's climbing up pretty good. It's climbing up there, it's climbing up here and over here as well. So it's wrapping around it pretty well. And then I already know I am gonna absolutely need to get these tomatoes out of here and transplant them. And then I'm gonna cut that leg off of the mint, because it's starting to take over, like, and reach down, just like this one here is reaching down. So just a little bit of maintenance that I'm gonna do back here. Not a lot, I don't need a lot of maintenance back here, but just a little. And then from yesterday, me cutting off those leaves and stuff because they were infected. I think the stem still has some of those little white bugs on it, but like I said, if I feel like this plant is too infested, I will just get rid of it. So I'm not, I hate to say it like that, but I'm not so attached to the plant where I won't get rid of it. But yeah, that's basically what's going on back here for now, for today. So I am gonna bring my setup and just set my evergreen stock. My vegetable stock is gonna go right here. And let me show you guys my plan, because I made myself a midsummer hold on, you guys, that noise. Yeah, so I made myself a midsummer GreenStalk sowing and survival plan. So I have that here. So this is my plan right here. So this is my plan, and what I have on this plan is basically what I already have planted out there. My cosmic purple carrots, my solar yellow carrots, Kyoto carrots, American spinach, or America spinach, Lolo, Rosso lettuce, white tomatoes, Pink Panther dwarf tomatoes. I have purple beauty bell pepper, purple jalapeno, white Thai peppers, pinata peppers, banana peppers. I'm just going off the list of what I already have out there. Hold on, you guys. Let's get to the next page. We have our pink eye whole peas and the pink runner peas that are out there also. So we have that. We have basil, we have lavender, and we have heirloom tomatoes. So we have all of that already out there. The strawberries, I'm not including that in this because the strawberries are already in their stock. So what I'm going to be doing for like when I add the direct sow, what I'm going to be direct sowing is the Gold Rush bush beans, Royal Burgundy bush beans, white cucumber. I'm still on the fence if I should do the gray zucchini or not, because like if I do the gray zucchini, it's definitely going to have to go in the very bottom tier of whatever, whichever one I put out there. And then I'm going to do red beard bunching onions in this stock as well. And I was probably going to put some Uzbek yellow carrots. Let me show y'all what those look like. Okay, so the Uzbek golden, they are Uzbek golden carrots. They look like this. Can y'all see that? It looks like this. They're like these little fat carrots. They're yellow and they have the green at the top, but they're supposed to be really sweet, really crunchy. And I'm going to put those there. I'm gonna sow those. Already in the this is what the seeds look like. Little tiny seeds. If you have grown carrots, then you know what those look like. And then I have my gold bush beans, my white cucumbers. I was actually gonna do these cucumbers too, but it says February to June or March to July, which is my area. My area is either gonna be in between March to July, February to June. And I'm thinking like if I put these in the green stock, I don't know, they need something to climb up. I have seen people put cucumbers in their green stocks before, so that's not something that is foreign to the green stock. So I have seen people do that. I did also pick up some different varieties of onions, but these are the onions that I picked up. Let me show y'all. I'm gonna sit y'all here just to see if I can show you. So these are the varieties of onions that I picked up. This is sweet Spanish yellow Utah jumbo onions. So I was going to try to do some onions in the green stock here, but I don't think I'm gonna put it in that yellow green stock. And then I have red burgundy onion here, and then I also have Texas grano, and I also have Walla Walla. And these are like, most of these except for probably the red one are sweet onions. So these three are sweet onions. I like sweet onions more than I like the other onions. These are just in my seed box over here, but I like sweet onions more than I like the other ones. And then this one here is what I was going to put in from GreenStalk, the Gold Rush bush beans. I was going to include those in, and oh wow, I was going to include those, and I was going to include these Royal Burgundies for more beans. So that would give me maybe 3 or 4 varieties of beans. So I know, and then I was going to do black beans, y'all. So where's my black beans? Where are my black beans? My black beans are oh, here they are. I was also going to do some black beans. Like, so I would have black beans, Gold Rush, Royal Burgundy, and then those pink eye whole beans and stuff. I won't know, y'all. I won't know what those are until I'm actually able to open them up, because they're supposed to be pinky something on the inside. So I won't know what they are until I open them up, because when I put them out there, like, I literally didn't expect much. I didn't even expect for them to get that far. So for them to be growing the way they're growing, and then they're creating bean shoots and stuff, like, I'm super excited about that, but I don't know which one is which. One of them hasn't even grew upward yet, so it's like a shorter one, and then the one that's really taken off, that's the one that's producing all of the bean shoots and stuff. So I'm just like, I will have to see what they are when I open them up. But I am going to probably put 3 more bean varieties out there, because I do love beans. I like beans. I like to eat it with my rice. I like to cook it with dinner. But these are the ones that I was going to put in the stock. So I will have 3 different bean, 5 different bean options out there, and that's what I was going to do for beans. I may wait on these cucumbers here, because I may wait on these cucumbers, but I do want 2 different cucumber varieties to choose from, because I do like cucumbers in salads, and I like cucumbers with vinegar, salt, and pepper. I like those types of things. So I don't know, I may put 2 cucumbers in the green stock, but like 1 on each side. So maybe instead of doing a zucchini, I probably will do cucumbers in the bottom, and then just build some sort of little trellis at the bottom, so that it can climb over it at the bottom and not try to climb up the stalk. I probably will train it to climb on the ground area. But then I'm just like, girl, if a frog got up here and was hiding on my green stock frog bag, just imagine it hiding up under my cucumbers, and then I go out there to lift it up, and baby, the frog jumps in my face. I'm gonna be screaming to the top of my lungs, and my neighbors are gonna be like, what is wrong with this crazy plant lady up here on the balcony? So I don't know about that. We're gonna have to see about that, because that trellis is gonna have to be raised up off the ground. So I probably will have my husband come up with something to give me a peace of mind, so that I'm not out here screaming and hollering, because he knows within an instant I will take off running. So hey, plant friends, we are back here. We are going to go ahead and put together our evergreen green stock. This is our vegetable stock. So we're going to go ahead and put that together. I want to show you guys how it's going to look with the terracotta top. I was so excited yesterday, you guys. Like, this is how it will look with the terracotta top on here. So this is what I'm going to use for now until I get ready to kind of like change it or whatever. But I have all my tiers here. I have my watering disc, which is what you'll need, and I have my soil. And so the first thing I am going to actually plant in here, you guys, is this turnip root. And y'all, it is already sprouting more turnip greens. Like, I've just had it sitting in there on my countertop, and it's already sprouting turnip greens. So I'm just gonna put this in the green stock and just get me some more turnip greens. Like, I don't even have to do anything. So I'm just gonna plant that root down in here in the green stock. But the first thing I'm gonna do, my husband took his drill back, so I still have my plate, but I had to put like a little tiny hole in here to drain water. I probably will wait until he gets his tools to give me the tools back, but it has 5 wheels on the back for each one. I probably am going to go ahead and purchase one of the GreenStalk spinners, and then I'll just purchase some wheels like from Amazon or somewhere, just to save like the extra $20. So I probably will just purchase the base spinner only, and then get the for my other green stock. That one will be for my raspberry or the tomato one. So I will purchase their base spinner and then just get that only so that I have that water drainage for it, because like drilling holes in this thing, you guys, I need a really big drill bit, and I don't have one because he took his tools back with him. But I am going to go ahead and lock the wheel on this. So I'm going to go ahead and lock these wheels just so it doesn't move while I am putting the green stock together, because I don't need it to be shifting and moving. So I just went ahead and locked probably, yeah, I don't need to lock all the wheels. I just lock a few of them so that it stays into place. And then I'm going to take my first tier, put it right here on top, and it fits perfectly in there. And I'm going to go ahead and start filling it with soil, because I am going to put this root down in here, because without doing this, the root is not going to fit. I want to put this root probably in the, not the bottom tier. I probably will put it in the second tier. Like, so the second tier that's going to sit here, I'll put this root in there. So that's where I'm going to put this. Today I will be transplanting my basil, some of my tomatoes, and some of the peppers are going to be transplanted. Not these banana peppers, because I'm not sure of those bugs that are on it. I don't know if those are amphibs. I don't know what those are, but I'm not going to put them in here and pollute the other vegetables. So for now, I'm just going to focus on filling this particular stock with the soil that I have here. And that's what I'm going to do for this one. I'm just removing these little extra cups that I had. I actually be using these, y'all, for scooping soil out and stuff. So let me get some planters tape, because I need to tape off this particular the holes or whatever. So let me get some planters tape, and I'll be right back, and we're going to start filling the green tiers here. Okay, so I have my planters tape here, and I'm just going to take a little small piece, because it's really all you need, just something to put over that, and then the rest of it I'll just tape somewhere out of the way. And then I am going to start filling my stock with soil. Try not to drop any, but I'm going to start filling it up. And this is my 60-40 mix, where I did 60% of the Fox Farm Happy Frog and 40% of the salamander soil, just so that I don't have to keep watering as often as I would with another blend. I don't want to have to keep watering my green stock. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up to the soil line. And GreenStalk always tells you where the soil line is, and it's normally like somewhere here. It says fill soil line. I fill to soil top right here. It says fill to soil top, fill soil top right here. So it tells you to fill right there. So that's what I'm going to do. Go ahead and fill this, and I'm going to do that for all of the tiers. So I am going to actually make this a 5-tier. I decided to do that because I'm going to put majority of veggies in here. So I am going to go ahead and fill this to the capacity of a 5-tier. So let's go ahead and complete that, and then we'll be back when I transplant the turnip, and then when I start to direct sow the other seeds. Okay, so we have this first tier filled here. So I am gonna go ahead and remove this. I'm actually saving this bottom tier for my vegetables such as the cucumbers, like I was telling you guys. So I am gonna save this bottom tier for that. So now what we need to do is go ahead and add the water disc onto here, and you just kind of pop that on here like that. Make sure it's secure and make sure the watering holes are basically aligned with the bottom, and then go ahead and add your next tier on here. Because I'm going to be doing some direct sowing, I don't really need to do much. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop that second tier on, make sure that it locks into place, so like so. Let's make sure it's in place. It probably will work better if I have some soil in here, but I'm just making sure that it is locked on and into place, and it is. And now we're going to go ahead and fill this tier as well. So this is the tier that I'm actually going to put that turnip in. So you can take a piece of tape, same thing like we did before. Move you guys back just a little, hopefully you can see. All right, let's make sure you can see. There we go. Take a piece of tape, put that tape over that hole. You don't have to have the carrot tops if you can't afford to get them. It's just like a little cute accessory to have. So I don't have any carrot tops, so I'm just using what I have, and it's a piece of planter's tape. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill this tier also. It may get a little bit tedious to fill these tiers, so if you do get impatient like I do, you can just lift up your entire bin here. Oh, you can lift up your whole bin here and just rake the soil into the tier, because it does get a little bit tedious after. Oh goodness, but soil will get everywhere. Soil will get everywhere. It's getting everywhere. And I'm probably gonna have to go and fill up again. And depending on how much soil I actually have, that will depend on how many tiers I do today. So if I only have enough for 4 tiers, then we'll only do 4 tiers. But if I have enough for all 5, then we'll do 5 tiers. So I'm gonna go ahead, because I'm running out of soil right now, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here. And I'm going to go and fill up my soil bucket. Okay guys, so I don't have enough of the Happy Frog to fill up all these tiers, so I probably will have enough soil to do all 5 tiers, but unfortunately most of it is going to have salamander soil in it, and I want to do like a perfect mixture, because the salamander soil is meant to hold moisture, so I don't want the soil to be too damp, too wet. But for now, I do have my mix here, and I'm going to go ahead and put what I have of the Happy Frog and the salamander mixture. And then the salamander soil is also having some rocks. This is a rock inside here. This is like the 3rd or so rock that I've taken out, you guys. Like here's another one. Like I've taken out quite a few rocks, probably like 3 rocks or so. So I'm not sure where they're getting their soil from, but some of this soil does have debris in it. Like I said, the Happy Frog had quite a bit of sticks in it. Here's another rock that I just removed from the soil. So it does have debris in it. So I don't know, maybe they're getting the soil from construction sites or something that are digging. I don't know where they're getting the soil from, but I just know that some of this stuff has debris in it and sticks and things like that, just like this Happy Frog. And I do know that that does help with like aeration throughout the soil to help the roots and stuff as they start to move through to form, you know, go and do what they need to do. But like for the amount that this soil costs per bag, I don't want rocks and big sticks and stuff in there. So Fox Farm, y'all need to try to do something about that, you know, lessen the amount of sticks that you put in here unless it is necessary for you to put those things inside the soil, because like things like this, like big chunks of sticks, this is from the Fox Farm soil. So when I do find things like this, I just kind of try to break it up as much as I can. Like, just if it is breakable, I try to break it up as much as I can and just put it in here. But like, I don't want to be paying this amount of money for this soil to have all these sticks and rocks and things like that in it. If that's the case, then I can just go to a construction site and ask them, can I get some of their soil for free, you know? But I'm sorry if it's windy up here too. It is a windy day. So I am up here on my balcony, and I will have to do like some noise cutouts, so I will do that as well. Here's some more sticks, like stick pieces, but I will do that as well, cut out some of the noise here on the back patio porch or whatever, so you guys won't have to hear that. But other than that, I'm going to continue filling up this tier, stacking up the rest, filling those up, and then we'll come back where everything is filled, because this second tier right here is actually where I'm about to transplant. And go ahead, before I fill it up, I'm going to go ahead and put this turnip in here in this second tier, because it's going to be hard for me to put it in here. It's going to be hard for me to put it in here if I wait. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in here now before I start stacking the tiers up on top of it. So I'm going to finish filling as much as I can fill to the soil line, and then I'll go ahead and bury this turnip so I can get me some turnip greens started, because it probably isn't going to take this thing long to start sprouting turnip greens after a while. I'm really kind of concerned about this root just kind of sitting in here, because I don't want another turnip green root. I don't want a root, and I don't want the root to start rotting up under the soil and attracting a bunch of flies. So I am kind of like skeptical on burying this thing, because I do not want flies up here, you guys. So I don't know, like, I don't know, because I don't want this thing to start rotting under here inside the GreenStalk and causing flies and all types of other things to be attracted to it, like those potatoes were doing. But to be fair, I'm not cutting this. I'm kind of just putting it underneath the soil and letting the greens sprout out from it. So I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit more research. Okay guys, so I'm just doing a little bit of research before I put that in there. It does say planting the whole turnip root can rot, especially in the GreenStalk where the soil stays moist, and it will attract fungal gnats, mold, all that stuff. Like, I'm not gonna bury the whole bulb. I'm probably going to have to cut this part here off, just where the greens are at, and just bury that part with the greens, like just this part. So I'm probably gonna go and cut just this part and bury that. That'll be easier also, because I'm not gonna risk like burying this whole thing and then this root rots out and then I have gnats and flies and mold and all that stuff up. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put this to the side and finish filling this this tier up here, and then I'll go in and cut the top part of that off, and then I'll just come back and bury that just to get the turnip greens from it, because I really only want the turnip greens. So I just did a little Google Gemini just to ask a few questions before I bury this whole root, and I'm glad that I did, because I would have ended up burying this entire thing and then would have regretted it later because of the fungal gnats and all the other things. But yeah, but for the most part, I have the second tier filled with soil. So this is filled as far as it's gonna go. So I'm just making sure that it's up to the soil line, and it is, well, somewhat. I didn't fill it completely to the soil line. Let me show you guys where it's at right now, because it's not completely to the soil line, but it's not below it either. Well, maybe it is to the soil line. Y'all let me know. I think it's to the soil line, but let me show y'all where it's at so far, and then I'm gonna stack third tier. Okay, so this is where we're at so far with this, and it's actually The soil line is here, so I think I'm right at soil level. So now I'm gonna go ahead and remove that piece of tape like I did the other tier. And we're gonna go ahead and add our other disc. And if y'all have watched any GreenStalk videos, then you know how the soil stacking, how the stacking goes. So we're just gonna add another tier on here, and we're gonna stack it up until we're at the 5th tier, and I will show you guys what it looks like when we're at the 5th tier. And we're gonna start direct sowing some things in it today. So this is tier number 2, and then we're about to do number 3, number 4, and hopefully I have enough soil for tier number 5. So let's go ahead and get finished, and I will show you guys what it looks like when we're done. Okay, so friends, I'm probably gonna have to stop right here at this 3rd tier, just simply because I only have salamander soil left, and the soil is really like moisture holding. So I don't want to completely fill both tiers at the top with that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm probably going to get I probably won't get another bag of Fox Farm. I'm probably gonna get 2 bags of the Coast of Maine tomato and veg, and just let that be my top 2 tiers here, with the remaining mixture of this salamander soil. So I probably will do that, and that's not gonna get here until Wednesday if I order online, because they don't have it in store. So I can't just go and pick up Coast of Maine because they don't sell it locally here around me. So I'm going to finish putting the little bit, and then here's another rock, you guys. I'm going to finish putting the little bit of salamander fill in right here, and then I'm going to, whatever's left over from not filling this tier, I'm going to save that in this bucket, and then get my tomato and veg and do the mixture with that. I'm almost going to do the same type of blend, like a 60-40, but it's probably going to be less than that because I'm not going to have that much salamander soil left. So it will probably be a little bit more than that, maybe a 70-30, because I'm getting 2 bags of the tomato and veg, and that should fill up those last 2 tiers. So what I'm going to do is I will come back once I get those 2 bags, which will probably be Wednesday in a couple of days. I'll come back in a few days. Just let this soil that I have here built in the 3 tiers just kind of sit. And before, I'm still going to stack the other tiers up just to show you guys how tall the 5 tier is. I know if you have seen multiple videos, multiple creators and influencers for GreenStalk, then you know how tall the tiers are. But I did the 4 tier for my strawberry. This is going to be a 5 tier, and I'm just going to show you guys how tall it is. So I'm going to go ahead and finish filling this one last tier up, and then I'm going to stack the other 2 up empty until we get our other 2 bags of soil. Then we will come back, finish filling it up, and then I will start transplanting everything that I'm going to put inside this tier. We'll do that as a whole together. So I just wanted to come back, update you guys on that, because I'm not going to just fill both of these 2 top tiers with just salamander soil, because I don't want whatever vegetables are up here at the top to be soggy, because that's where the reservoir is going to be. So that particular those 2 top tiers are going to get the most water, and then they will literally sit and be soggy. So these 3 bottom tiers I feel like are okay, but for 2 top tiers to be like that, I don't think that's okay. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I will come back when we have our tiers stacked up, and then we'll finish this particular stock once we actually have our tomato and veg from Coast of Maine. Okay friends, so this is how it will look stacked up. And of course, like I told you, these 2 top tiers right here are going to be empty until we get our other soil mix. But for the most part, this is the 5 tiers stacked up, and y'all, it is about as tall as I am. So let me see if I can show y'all. So this thing is about as tall as I am, and I am 5 feet 5 inches. So this thing is like literally running neck and neck with me. So yeah, it's pretty tall. It has all the tiers stacked up. It's really pretty. I really love the terracotta top. I'm gonna see how it looks with the whole green top, but I like the terracotta top, so I know for sure I'm gonna have it that way. But I do have it stacked up and on the roller that I showed you guys that I got from Amazon, so it is able to spin 360. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it as is, and then we're gonna come back. I still have this amount of soil left. Still have about this much soil left from the salamander, and I'm not going to put any more of that soil inside of there. So I'm gonna wait until I get the coast of Maine, and then this is not a lot left, so give or take, when I do my coast of Maine, it probably will end up being about 80-20 maybe. So it may be an 80-20 mix because I'm getting 2 bags of coast of Maine, so it'll probably be an 80-20 mix for the soil, and that's gonna go in my other tiers. I could just start with these 3 tiers, but I'm not gonna be so fast. I'm gonna wait. My tomatoes can wait because I still need to figure out which one of these pockets I'm gonna put them in, and what exactly am I gonna put in the stock, because you can definitely see the difference in the soil. So this one is a little bit more balanced with the dryness and the moisture, and then so is this one. And then as we get up here, you see that it gets more dense, like more dense and more darker in color, because the salamander soil, like I told you guys, it holds a lot more moisture. So I probably will take these 2 off, dump this soil also, and just make sure that I have a good evenness throughout my soil, because the point of me doing the salamander soil was not to drown out other plants, but it was to make sure that I don't have to do as much watering back here on this back patio area, because it does attract a lot of pests with so much water flowing around and, you know, constantly being out and stuff like that. This strawberry stock is good. I'm actually about to go get my strawberries that were delivered today out of the mail and go ahead and transplant those. Those are my Summer Breeze snow strawberries that we're going to grab and put in the stock today. And yeah, I will come back when I have my 2 bags of coast of Maine and we are completing this green stock. But so far, the 4 tier compared to the 5 tier, the 5 tier is pretty tall, like, and then this one just has that 1 leaf planter on top, but the 5 tier is pretty tall, you guys. So just keep that in mind. And then you have 30 pockets to put 30 different vegetables or whatever you want to plant inside of it. So I am happy, and it does fit back here on my balcony pretty well. Let me step back just a little bit so I can show you guys. It does fit pretty well right where I figured it would be, and then I will be pushing it like kind of towards that area. So all of these plants will be eliminated out of this corner. This one, this tomato one here, this one. So I will have all of this space here to work with, and if I wanted to, I could remove this whole shelf because it's not going to have any plants on it, and I can just sit the green stock over there if I want to. But we'll see. We'll see how things go, but for the most part, that's it for today, and I will be back when I have my soil, and I will see you guys then. So happy planting, and see you in the next video, guys. Bye. Okay, so really quick, you guys, let me show y'all. You can get live plants in the mail. I don't know if you guys have ordered live plants in the mail before, but I have a lot of times, and this is my thank you card from the nursery. And I am going to have to inspect the plant because I don't want to put the plant in here with my other strawberries and it has like little bugs and things on it. But this one came wrapped really, really good. And this one is my my Summer Breeze Snow plant. And so it came wrapped and packaged really, really nicely. You guys can see Summer Breeze Snow. That's what type of strawberry plant this is. So I am going to transplant this today because it has been traveling. So it does need some TLC. So I'm going to make sure it gets it. And I have to go and leave the nursery a really, really good review. But I am going to, like I said, inspect the plants, make sure that it does not have any critters or bugs or anything in it, like on the leaves and foliage. Oh, wow. It has flowers blooming already. A little bit of dead foliage, but not anything too crazy. I'm just checking the leaves really quickly to make sure the stuff that's on it are not bugs and it's just dirt. Y'all, this is really, really pretty. Look at the flowers already on it to bloom. These are sea breeze. These are the flowers for this plant. It comes with really beautiful flowers. I'm actually probably gonna have to do some self-pollinating with this one as well, just to make sure that it does sprout some type of fruits or something like that. So it came packaged and wrapped really well. So I will be giving the shop owner for this one a good review. I don't want to cut it with those scissors because I haven't cleaned them yet from yesterday from cutting that pepper plant. So I'm just going to take all of the wrapping off of here. This is a really nice plant. It came really, really, really nicely packaged. So I am happy with that. And they protected the soil. Looks like they watered it really well, and they put like a paper towel to keep the moisture in while it traveled. So that's really good. I am gonna go in and clean up around it just to make sure that we don't transfer or put any bad foliage or anything in there. But for the most part, I don't see any bugs. Just a few yellow leaves that we're just picking out. And for the most part, this is a really healthy plant, you guys. And I think this plant will be happy inside here with the others. So I'm just picking off any burnt leaves and just giving it a good stretch because it needs it. It's been traveling, it's been locked down. So here is my new strawberry plant, my Summer Breeze Snow. I am so happy with this. Hopefully I can get some fruits. Hopefully I can get some fruits. So I'm just gonna do a little self-pollinating by doing the plants like this. But this one is supposed to be a self-pollinating plant. And I think I said I was going to put the Summer Breeze. Forgot where I said I was going to put it, in what pocket. I think I probably will put the Summer Breeze in maybe this second pocket down here. So I'm just going to move some of the soil back. And I'm going to move some of the soil back. And I'm going to transplant. I'm going to go ahead and transplant this plant immediately so that it can go ahead and get accustomed to being in the GreenStalk. And that's what I'm going to do here. Probably need to remove some of the soil out of the GreenStalk really quick. So let me grab my bucket. My face looks so oily, but y'all, it's literally just shiny from, I don't have on any makeup or any of that stuff. I just put on some highlighter and I oiled my face. I don't like to put on a full face of makeup when I'm out here doing gardening and stuff because to me it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to put on a full face of makeup when you're out here and you're going to be sweating and all that stuff. So yeah, but I'm just scooping out a little bit of the dirt, not a lot, just so I can get a clear pocket, like a good deep pocket for this strawberry plant to go inside here. And I think this should be good enough. But this pocket goes all the way down, so I want to make sure I get enough of the dirt out. And I'm just going to put this dirt back in here. But I think this should be deep enough. So this is how deep I made the hole. So this is how deep I made the hole for transplanting those strawberries. If y'all can see that, I hope y'all can see because there's a glare on it. So I'm just gonna pop that plant in here and I'll show y'all what it looks like when it's inside. you guys, I actually removed the top tier just so I can make sure that I don't bury the crown of this plant. I had to go ahead and remove that top tier because this plant is pretty it's pretty dense. So I just went ahead and removed that top tier so I can make sure that I don't bury the crown of it. And I'm going to put the tier back on here now that I have it nice and I have it transplanted already. So I did not bury the crown. The crown is still visible here, all the crowns and stuff, the flowers. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop that top tier back on and then give this pocket a really good water just so that it can get acquainted. I know it's already soaked, but I'm going to give it a good water. And this is my strawberry summer breeze, my snow plant. So I'm happy with this. It's very beautiful. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I'm just, hopefully it will pollinate and give me some strawberries, and I'll keep you guys posted on how it does inside the GreenStalk.